Well, hello everybody, welcome back along to another episode of The Young Farmer. My name is Andy as always, and boy have we got a bit of an update for you. It has been a couple of weeks now since I last recorded anything, and purely just because we've been far too busy. So, we're going to have a bit of an update with you, talk through a few changes that we've made. We're going to go for a little bit of the drive because we've got to go and refuel some of our vehicles before we get going this morning. It is a little bit after 7:30 there now, so it's still nice and early. But before we go too much further, you'll see that the Kverlin sprayer here has made its way into our yard, into the shed. We traded in the Kuhn. We traded in the Kuhn front and back tank, and we purchased this guy. This is not the monster that we had in demonstration. This one is only a mere 32 meters wide, but it's still plenty big enough for what we need. It's going to really manage to handle our increased output as well. So we went for the IX Track T4 in the end there. Beautiful sprayer, very impressed with that on the demonstration. Just not quite as big as the last one there, just a 32 meters, but yeah, very, very nice indeed. And we're going to be getting on with that very soon. Actually got a lot of work done with that one. We've made a few changes around the yard here, to be honest, and one of the main changes, oh, there's a helicopter flying over. One of the main changes is that we now have two guys working for me. One is going to be on a full-time basis to begin with. That is a young Anthony. He is currently away out. You'll see that the Axion or the Arian 660 is not here. He is away out hedge cutting already this morning, trying to get some of the work done because that hedge cutting ban finished as of yesterday, end of August, so he is cracking on with the first of the contract books for that. So he's going to be kept very busy in the Arian and the hedge cutter. And the other gentleman, Chris, is with me through until at least for the end of October, really, but we'll see if we have enough work from there. And he is, yeah, he's going to be very busy. We're going to be showing you what he's doing very shortly as well. As you look around the rest of the yard here, you'll notice, first of all, we sold the sulky drill. And reason for that, it wasn't quite big enough for what we wanted. I am looking to get another combination drill at some point with a bigger capacity, bigger output. But I'm also going to wait and see if we can get enough work done with our horse drill that we don't need to. That might be the next step. We might try and pick up a cheap one second hand somewhere, but that sulky drill was a great drill, don't get me wrong. This wasn't doing very much really. So we sold that, and we traded that in for a new Kverlin front mower, so we can really increase our output there. We were mowing with this just recently actually. These are going to come off the action very shortly. And also the Kverlin, the orbital bale wrapper here as well we've picked up. So you can see that the new sales rep Graham over at Kverlin is having a wonderful time with me right now. But yeah, very happy with that. We traded in the Mikhail bale wrapper that we had because yeah, that was getting a bit too old, a bit too slow there really. You'll notice the combine is out. We're going to go and have a look at that in a moment. But yeah, that's pretty much, for now at least, everything you're going to see which is new. We're going to come back. We need to take off the mowers and we need to put on the Valderstadt because I've got a little job I need to do this morning. I'm hoping I can get that done before the conditions change so we can get on harvesting. But we'll have to see about that. But yeah, that's the plan. We've got a lot of hedge cutting work that we're going to be doing for the next few months at least. So young Anthony will take care of all that one, and then when he's finished that, he's also going to be kind of focusing a bit more on the plant work that we have to do there. Anytime I hire out the tracked excavator there, he'll be taking care of that. So lots of potential for him there. Now we are just going to go around here. We're going to head off down and refuel the combine. Check in on Anthony, and there's another little surprise that we're going to have a look at as well. So yeah, lots for us to do today. It's been very, very busy. We've had a lot of grass silage work, haylage work to do. Our harvest work has not really kicked off in earnest yet. If I'm being honest there, we're still kind of waiting for that to really flourish because there are a lot of spring crops around here. Because of the really poor weather that we had last autumn there when everyone was trying to drill their winter barley. They just couldn't get it in the ground, so a lot of people held off. So we'll have to see what we can get done this time around. But how have you been anyway? I hope all is fantastic. Whatever you're going to do let me know. We have been a little bit, like I say, we have been a little bit too busy, so there hasn't been much coming out from me in a while. But yeah, I do hope you're doing very well. And yeah, everything is going well. The weather's been beautiful of late as well. We are back September now though, so it's starting to get a little bit darker at night earlier, a little bit darker in the morning. We have variable weather. I think it's going to be best for at the moment there. We've got It is very damp this morning there, unfortunately. There's a lot of now we'll go straight ahead. A lot of mist on the ground, a lot of dew on the ground, mist in the air there, so we're not getting going quite as quickly as I would like to these days, but such is life. We have to kind of just wait on that fact. Okay, nothing coming, and away we go. So yeah, I'm very, very pleased to have this extra helping hands, really. It's so much easier for me to get anything done now because we're just able to get cracking. We've got a lot of straw of our own to ship there, we've got a lot of straw of our own to bale as soon as we get some of our contract work done and dusted. And yeah, so we'll need to be getting that back up to the yard if it's going to stay for a while, because I don't think it's going to be going into the shed, into the plant just yet, so we need to figure that one out as well. But yeah, nice to be able to I spend a bit more time in my truck at the moment there because all the work's getting done and I can take care of logistics, but also the combine seat as well, hopefully at least over the next couple of days. So it looks like as well, with the amount of work that we've got coming up there, that the class action is going to be staying for a considerable amount of time at least on the Hedge cutter. And if I am right in thinking, we should be able to see Anthony. Hedges are a bit tall, hence the reason we're getting them cut there, but he should just be getting a start in there, and there he is even. Well, wonderful news. So he's just getting started on some of the hedges in this customer's fields. We're doing a lot of work for him at the moment around here, so hopefully he's getting cracking along with all of that. Looks like he's going away very nicely there, actually. Wonderful. First pass there. It's going to take a few little trim ups, but yeah, looking good indeed. Oh, those potholes, look at them. Heavens above. But yeah, so we are now going to go over to, we've got a few things to check in on here. We have got the combine pulled over late last night into a new field that we're about to start there for same customer as the hedge cutting there, actually. But it's, yeah, we moved it from a job that I finished up yesterday. It was late, we just got pulled over and parked up, really, put the header on it. And yeah, we're going to be going into here soon, but like I say, we're just not quite there yet. So what we need to do is pull into here soon enough, and we'll get that all done and dusted. We need to fill up the, oh, what we're going to do is pull over there. We need to fill up the combine. Perfect, that should just be about good enough there, I reckon. Put the handbrake on. Okay, so like I say, we moved this over last night. Just parked it here out the way. It is running a little low on fuel, so we'll get that one all filled up. This is going to be some Pepino spring barley that we're trying to get into. It's just still too wet at the moment there. The moisture is probably, without checking, it's probably going to be around about the 20%, and we really want to get that down to as close to 15 as possible. Will it happen today? I don't know. Farmer wants us to get on with it today anyway, so we'll do that, and then it might just have to get run through the dryer a couple more times, but still too wet right now anyway. But then again, it is nice and early. You can hear there's a nice breeze blowing around, so that should help us no end. We've got this field here, we've got the one you can just see through the gap in the hedges there, and then I got another 3 fields to do slightly further away as well, which all in all is going to come to about 120, 135 acres, I do believe. And there's still more work to come as well, for which I know. So it's getting to the time of year though where it's becoming a bit of a crunch in terms of balancing the weather and the quality of the grain as we're bringing it in. So yeah, it's going to be a bit tricky there. But the combine itself is doing well. No hitches or no issues so far, which I can only be happy about. What we are going to do now is, like I say, just get this all filled up. Just going to unlock this as well. Okay, and so that is the combine refueled. It's just ticking over there, warming through a little bit, but we'll be all good there. We've greased over a few of the points as well, but I'm going to be back to look at this in a couple of hours anyway, I should hope. So we'll just knock this off for now, I think. Here, it's all looking good. Spent a late night in that last night, let me tell you. But yeah, we'll get into here sooner rather than later. Shouldn't be too long. I'm going to touch base with the farmer, so he can let me know when he wants to go, and it's his call at the end of the day. After all, there, if the moisture's not there, or if the moisture's a little bit too high there, it's going to be the farmer who has to suffer for it, because it's going to have to go through the dryer maybe one or two more times. But anyway. And so, moving on to the next latest edition here. We've been a little bit busy there. A few things have changed. And one of which is that class now like me even more than they used to. Which is wonderful. And it's partly because of this guy right here. We've got a third class, can you believe it? We are now the proud operator of two class actions. We have the 830, which is up the yard with the mowers on. As I just get back here, this needs to be refueled as well. Park you out there. Wonderful stuff. And then we have this butte. This is the class action 870. This is brand new. It's on a long-term hire purchase for myself, like a lease really. And it's our biggest machine in the fleet there, and we wanted something a little bit bigger to be able to kind of slowly expand our groundwork and tillage operations. One of which of those key features was this guy here. This is a Kverneland. This is 6 meter wide. This is the Enduro Pro. 5 meters wide, sorry, beg your pardon there. And it is, yeah, it's a bit of a lug to pull here. You can see it does have cultivated tines which kind of get down to about 6 inches or so, so it really does take some ripping through, and with a pack roller on the back there. We're in some particularly heavy ploughing. We ploughed this, or finished ploughing this over yesterday. Then Anthony came back down. He's been driving this 870, sorry, and came back down late last night and just got to start by doing about, I don't know, that'll be maybe 7 acres or so. This is a big field, but yeah, he's got to start on it. So just ripping through the bottom of that ploughing pan, really pulling up some of the soil down there, and then yeah, leveling it off, making a grand seed bed. We'll come back in with the horse drill after this, and then we'll get it all done. I've parked on the wrong side there. I need to get a little bit closer. But yeah, it's a beautiful looking class. It's exactly the same as our 830 there, but yeah, just a stunning, very nice little machine actually. Should give us a little bit more opportunity there as well. Like I said, with Anthony's class on the hedge cutter so much, we're going to need another machine anyway. So we're still trying to we're increasing our workload. We're seeing a lot of work coming in with baling as well. So we need to be able to have 2 tractors going at all times. So that's what Anthony's going to be driving for now, certainly. Yeah, all we're going to do is just get it refueled now, and then he can get in and get cracking with it as soon as he gets in, which shouldn't be too long. He's going to drive straight here. These are our bales. These are the bales from over the other side of the hedge, actually. We need to get these shifted before the rain comes in at some point, but a few bales that we'll take back up to the yard. Yeah, ultimately I'm very happy with how things are looking. We've delighted to have got a third tractor there. That's really good news. It's going to stretch us a little bit in terms of our operation, but yeah, I think it's all good. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that goes. We're just going to turn around here. He said that this was running on pretty much fumes by the time we finished last night, so we want to make sure this gets all filled up. I'm going to stop about there. But yeah, as you can see, inside here, this is exactly the same. This has got, right now, not even 50 hours on the clock. It's due for its 50-hour service probably next week, actually, as soon as we get through it. So that will be looking much better for that. Yeah, it's a beaut. I'm sure you will all agree that it's a delightful machine. So hoping to see that it can really kind of push us forward there a little bit. But what I'm going to do is get this kind of all checked over quickly, refill it with diesel, and then we'll get on our way once again. So back up to the yard after this, I reckon. We were at one point thinking of getting some joules on this as well, but we decided against it. If anything, just because it just makes it a little bit wider. We've got plenty of pressure down there anyway. We are running on Michelin's on there, but it's plenty of traction with the weight on the front end. But yeah, very, very happy with that machine there. It's a beautiful tractor. And now we're going to step out the bottom here. We'll get Anthony to come back in just a moment there and get cracking along with that. He's probably due in the next half an hour there, and then I'll get Chris, sorry, Anthony is on his edge cut. We're just going to go and swing by and have a look. This farmer leaves totes in the corner of the field there with herbicides in it. I've never seen anything like it. It's weird. He thinks it's the best way for him to go, so far be it from me to tell him otherwise. But what we're going to do is just have a quick swing by over here. make sure that all is going well. You can see that we're slowly burning off the mist in the day there, which is great. And I think I've just seen Anthony kind of cracking in here as well. So yeah, he's getting along, just doing his laps of the field there. Obviously he's not trimming anything down there, but hey, he's looking like he's doing very well, that's for sure. Very happy. Look at that, for a beautiful setup there. Edge cutter is working well. He's pulling something along with him there, but never mind. But yeah, ultimately we're getting there, and then like I said, there's just a lot of hedge work to be done around here soon, so we're going to be cracking along with that. And it's all just going to build up very quickly now these days. Oh, that's looking much better already. Starting to really get that all trimmed down nicely. One more pass probably should just about do it. For this field, certainly at least, and then onwards to the next one. What we're going to do though, we're going to go and head back on up to the yard where we need to go and just take off the mowers from the Action 830. Where we're going to stick on the cultivator there, because we've got a little bit of cultivation to do before we can actually get going with any kind of meaningful harvest today, because it's a little bit out there. So we'll catch you back up at the yard. For those of you wondering, we still do have this rake on like a long-term demo. I don't know, or tether, sorry. I don't know how much longer we're going to have it for, but whilst we do, we did get a fair bit of use out of it. I don't think I'm going to have any more hay coming through now, because it's just not going to be dry enough to get that made. But what we'll be doing, yeah, we did finish up a little bit of silage just recently, so I'm going to take off the mowers. We went for the Kverneland front mower because essentially the Tarot mower on the back there is Kverneland as well. And yeah, I couldn't fault it. It's a beautiful looking front mower as well there, really nice. So we're going to keep hold of both of these. Looking forward to really knocking up our output there as well. We can fly along with these two. The Action loves them. No issues there whatsoever. But yeah, for now we just need to take both of these off so we can actually get in, and we're going to put the top down on, and we'll get ourselves going. Question will be, where should I park all of this gear? Over there. So yeah, we are got a lot to do here actually. Well, hopefully we'll get most of that. Depending upon how early it gets a little bit too damp tonight, we will get most of the spring barley cut, and there'll be a few moves in there as well with the combine though, which will always slow you down a little bit. It's this fact of life really, but hopefully we'll get in and get going. The Chrome Comprima there has been an absolute magician for us so far. It's been wonderful to have that on board. Really is increasing, especially when we're just doing straw or hay there. We can really ramp up the size of the bales. I need to lower this down, and it's perfect. Really nice. And then we think, well, I'm thinking at the moment as well, when we do start getting more into the thick of the spraying, the 830 here might become the sprayer tractor of choice actually, because we're going to have the foreseeable at least, especially when we get into the pre-emergent stuff, the 660 is still going to be on the hedge cutter, so we'll need another option for that. So it looks likely that that will be this Action, but we'll see how that looks. It's typically always me who does the spraying anyway there, so I can work with that. As you can see now though, we're looking a little bit empty now because we're 2 tractors and cultivator and the combine are out the yard there, but this yard starts to fill up pretty quickly once all that gear gets back in. I'm just going to lower down that front mower there. Perfect. Wonderful stuff. And now all we need to do is this. I don't think we're going to need a front weight on for what we're doing here, so we're not worried too much about the grip there. We do just need to crack this on, and then we'll get ourselves away. We're not going to have any more hay of our own. We're going to have a fair bit more straw coming in here, so that's going to really fill up that back end. So interestingly, it's going to be tight again in here for storage space. We'll do a bit of a rotation round soon, because as soon as we know that the bale is pretty much done for the year, the balers will stay at the back end of the shed, and then we'll stick the all the straw equipment. That rake's not ours, that's only leased, so that'll go home, that'll go back to the dealer soon. And then we'll get everything tied up in here and see what we're looking like. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for sure. What I'm going to do right now, though, I'm heading off to kind of work over about 10 acres or so, give or take. We'll get that done before heading back on up to the combine for the rest of the day. We'll be spending it there. We are going to be getting some young fella in to help us with the combine in, so we'll see how that all looks and how it all takes shape. But yeah, there's the worrying thing is at the moment that all these folks who couldn't get any winter barley or winter wheat in the ground there opted just to put spring barley in instead. The price of spring barley is going through the floor at the moment, and it's not looking good, or looking like it's going to show any sign of coming back. So that's going to be very, very tricky. We'll have to wait and see how that pans out there, really. But for right now, we're going to go back up, squeeze through the village up here as always. And we'll see how we get cracking along there with lots to do. We'll probably just leave you folks here. I hope you have enjoyed it. We're going to see what else we can get done in the future. Bring you along for a ride when you get back into the combine later on today for another episode, I would imagine. Ooh, nice and slowly. And we'll even try and get to show you the new action in action there as well. So that's something to look forward to. Until next time, though, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed as always. If you haven't yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Simulation for the Nation, who kindly agrees to host everything despite me not being around for a little bit of time there, and we will see you all in the next one. So until then, have a great day, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll catch you later.